Guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name's Kyle. No, we are not in an S208 right now. We're in my 2015 WRX, but we are here to talk about the S208 today, so I appreciate you guys not reading the article and wanting to get a visual representation because I read the article for you. Unfortunately, starting off, getting the bad news out of the way, this car is not coming to the United States. It's a Japanese-only model. Anything better than the standard STi model doesn't end up coming over to us. Maybe someday it will, but for this model, Japanese only. What's interesting about this car is it's limited to 450 units. So how they're gonna do that is by lottery as far as who gets the car. If you're one of the lucky ones to get on that list and actually able to obtain the car, you are gonna have three color options. The first two are just gonna be your standard World Rally Blue Pearl they added in there, so I guess that's maybe a slightly different color than just typical World Rally Blue. There's also going to be Crystal White Pearl, so that's your other standard color, and then the limited edition, limited to 350 models, which is more than the half of the total number of models completely. Well, I'm a little bit confused on that, but they're saying it's limited, so cool gray khaki. That's the pictures that you see all over the internet of this car. It's in that cool gray khaki color. 100 total, I guess, depending on what you choose for World Rally Blue Pearl or Crystal White Pearl. I cannot say that. Crystal White Pearl. Gotcha. Just a couple more general notes about the car. It is going to have the EJ20 motor. It's 2 liters, so instead of the FA20, it's the EJ20. And it looked like from the base price of the car, when I converted on Google my yen to US dollars, 5.8 million yen, which comes roughly to $50,000 here in the US, which is quite a hefty price for an STi, but there are a few significant add-ons to this car that might make it worth it. One thing about the cool gray khaki color, it is limited to 350 units, and those units are going to be if you decide to get the NBR Challenge package. And man, I am ripping these corners right now. I need to slow it down. Okay, just one more quick one. So now you're asking yourself, Kyle, what is the NBR Challenge model? What does it consist of? Basically what you're going to get is 19-inch BBS wheels in black versus the standard silver, so I think they're still the same wheel design. You're just going to get them in black for this special edition. You're also going to get a carbon fiber roof, so exterior carbon fiber roof, optional carbon fiber wing or rear trunk spoiler, so kind of the little lip that sits on the back of the trunk. It was a little bit unclear of exactly how that option works, whether or not you get both or the option of either, but the standard model of the S208 has the lip, so I would assume, based on what I'm picturing here, is you're just going to have an option of either with the NBR Challenge version. The other option you're going to get with this special edition is black door mirrors with the courtesy lights. So you'll have the little light on the bottom. When you open the door, it lights up, it looks nice. Those are black, and then you're gonna have a gloss black door sill on either side of the car, so that'll look really nice as well. This one will come out to a whopping 6.5 million yen, again converted on Google. That is around $58,000 roughly US dollars. So moving on to the exterior of just the S208 in general, and again, I don't want to touch on every single individual detail of the car. You guys can go and read the whole listing. Just want to kind of give you a quick little visual representation of some of the top key points. But as far as the exterior goes, you're gonna have the standard 2018 front grille, the new kind of refresh there. Obviously, you're gonna have the S208 badging on the front. That badging is all over the car, by the way. The rear, the inside, on the door sills, it's all over the place. They don't let you forget that it's an S208. Another thing on the front end is this high gloss black underspoiler. So the front lip, but it's massive. It comes up on the sides of the car, kind of looks pretty sweet. So you got your normal front lip on the front, and then on the sides of the lip, it comes up kind of in a little triangle, I guess you could say, and it looks pretty awesome. Very aggressive front end. They didn't really mention much about it, but the fog light bezels, or the bezels where the fog lights would be, those look pretty aggressive as well. On the standard model, you're gonna get the carbon fiber trunk lip or trunk spoiler, so just a little lip there looking sharp on the back. and then you're also gonna have the red pinstripe on the back of the car, like right above the diffuser, which is pretty cool. So I actually did that on my car. There's also these rear brake ducts behind each of the rear wheels on the side of the car, in the car molding actually, so those look pretty sharp as well. As for the interior, you're gonna have some awesome looking bucket seats. The bolstering on these things is massive. Looks like for a stock seat that comes in a car versus an aftermarket. I mean, these things come up on the sides. It's black and silver, black and whitish kind of looking in the pictures, with the, you know, the STi embossed logo for you there. But those seats look awesome. Look like they will definitely hug you when you're taking those corners tight. Same thing for the rear seats. You're just gonna have the same color scheme going on in the back. One thing for kind of in the center console area, you're gonna have your serial number with the number out of 450 that you have on the car. So that's kind of a cool little feature, something specific to the S207 model. Again, you're gonna have kind of like badging above the glove box, badging on the instrument cluster and so forth. So that'll kind of give you a nice premium feel and kind of remind you again what you're driving if you forgot. There also seems to be a lot of random sound deadening enhancements to this car. One of which, at least for now, I'll talk about is the floor mats. I guess there's some sort of enhanced sound deadening there. Keep vibrations low, I would assume. The steering wheel itself is that ultra suede material, so similar to kind of what you have on your STi seats. These are STi seats, my 2015 WRX. I kind of just purchased those from somebody else. That's a different video if you want to check that out. Let's roll the windows down for a minute. Hit this roundabout for you guys. Sometimes it gets boring just talking about the car for 10 minutes straight, you know? Hey, that blow off, baby. I don't have a blow off valve, it's just the Cobb intake. Swing it around town. Truck's coming in hot, baby. It's coming in hot. Here we go, boy. Pop, pop. So for the suspension and kind of braking, I'll just touch on that real quick. There's a lot of stuff, again, on that list. So some of the highlights there are Bilstein front and rear damper. So you're going to have the 19-inch BBS wheels. They're going to be silver on the standard model versus the black. And as far as the sound deadening, they have the Dunlop Sport Max tires with some sort of sound absorbing sponge. I'm not sure what it does. Apparently it absorbs sound from road noise. So sound absorbing sponge built into the tire. Fancy dancy stuff going down. I dig it though, I like it. There's a front flexible tower brace. There are a few other front suspension supports, as well as, you know, rear suspension supports in the subframe and whatnot. The brakes themselves are going to be 6-pot in the front, 2-pot in the rear, so you've still got some massive brakes to stop the car. Just like the rest of the new STIs, you're still going to have torque vectoring. So with all that extra support, I would imagine the car handles pretty darn well. Better than the standard STi for sure. Much better than my WRX, of course. And I bet it is a blast to drive. Never get the chance to drive one unless I go to Japan, which isn't happening anytime soon. Then again, as far as engine output, cars come with the EJ22 liter, pushing roughly around 325 horsepower and around 318 pound-feet of torque. So the car is going to scoot. That's not a huge bump up from a typical STi, but it's still pretty good. One of the really cool features, and I believe older generation STIs used to have this kind of in the past, is an intercooler water spray button. So it's kind of a little paddle on the steering wheel. You push it, sprays water on your intercooler to help performance. Maybe if you're sitting at a stoplight or something and you want to get a quick launch. So that'll be pretty cool. I've always wanted to install that. Oh my Lord! Truck's pulling out in front of me, man. Come on! The engine cover is also going to have, similar to the interior, your number out of 450 on a little plaque. Another cool feature just for the exclusivity of owning the car in general. Other than that, guys, I think I've covered about all of the key highlights for the car. If you want to see the full write-up on Subaru's website, I'm going to link everything below. All the pictures and everything came from there, so they're probably saw all the pictures by now, but you can look at those as well. They're all consolidated for you. Make sure you mash that subscribe button. Leave a like, leave a comment. But if you guys have some ideas, you know, for things I could do other than installs and random vlogs and car reviews and whatnot, definitely let me know, and you know, I could throw it into the mix, shake it up a little bit, get crazy up in here. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. All right, one last quick one. At a downshift. Oh, I need to get my J-pipe installed.